So you take the bag, you get in there, and you rummage around, and then you pull out a monster. And it's a fucking owl bear. Nice. Well, that's actually a perfect start. Yes. We can definitely use the owl bear. And then you draw the fucking owl bear, you cunt. Did you know an owl bear is a combination of an owl and an Arctic fox? Only joking. It's a combination of an owl and a bear, by all rights. I assume that's what they were going for when they made the fucking thing. Really inventive they were back in the day. Oh, we need a new monster. What shall we do? I don't know, just fucking an owl. An owl, really? Yeah, but make it like and it's a bear also. Okay, yeah, that sort of works. Should we? Does that work for everyone? Yeah, it's it's the old Poochie. Got it. I don't know, Poochie, but not as crappy. Is Poochie okay with everyone? Yeah, fucking that do. And it's an owl bear. Do. Oh, what? Like I could come up with anything better than an owl bear? Gun, Viking, death, fist. Oh, brilliant, Ewan, you fart, you fucking dumb piece of shit. No, less of that. Stop that. No, we're not doing that. We're not. We are positive Ewans. No more self-deprecating. Now we are only self-aggrandizing. I'm the best. Look at how good I am. Oh, look at how he handles that Posca mark. Oh, he's so fucking sexy. Oh, Ewan's so fucking sexy. I want to just fucking come all over him. He's so fucking hot. Because I'm a god. I'm the best artist that's ever lived in this house, flat, apartment, compartment, piece of fart in the ass and all in the dick. One of my friends recently said, Ewan, I want to watch your podcast, because apparently they don't watch them already. What the fuck are you doing? There's 250 of them almost. And I said, okay, whatever, here's my YouTube channel. And then they were watching it, and then they sent me a message a little bit afterwards to say, well, I'm 5 minutes in, and you've already called yourself cunt, so that's a good start. And I was like, yeah. And then they sent me a message just after that saying, oh, and then a couple minutes later, calling yourself a cunt some more. Brilliant, Ewan. Brilliant, bloody brilliant, funny. Funny, good, funny, just brilliant, funny, really funny stuff, really good and funny stuff. And I was like, what? Really? Is that just what I do? I wasn't sure, so I watched the one they had evidently been watching, which I think was the Charizard one. Is that all I'm doing in that episode? Just calling myself a cunt? And I watched it, and it's not all I'm doing, but yeah, I'd call myself a cunt a whole bunch in that episode. Which I have my moments, but I could be a cunt sometimes, occasionally. I have my cunt days. But I'm not. I'm brilliant. I'm fucking great. I'm talented. Look at that. Oh, look. He pulls out the green in the eyes for the green eyes, the owl eyes. I think they agreed. Did I give it green eyes? I did, yeah. Little glowy green eyes, because I painted this one because it was just like a single colour D&D miniature. But so I had this one for because I was doing like a snow adventure, yeah. And then I wanted an owl bear, but I thought, because is it a tawny owl? Let me Google tawny owl. All right, I don't care if ad block's been updated. I need to Google a tawny owl. Tawny owl. Oh no, they're brown. What's the snowy one? This has got to be snow owl. Snowy owl. Snowy owl. Oh, it's literally called a snowy owl. Oh, well, that's a pleasant surprise. The snowy owl, also known as the polar owl, the white owl, and the Arctic owl. The supremacist owl. The nationalist, the Christian conservative nationalist owl. Of the true owl family are native to the Arctic regions of both North America and the Palearctic. Palearctic. Breeding mostly on the tundra. Oh, don't we all? But I thought, if I'm doing like a snowy adventure in Dungeons and also Dragons, it makes sense to have a snowy owlbear, which I don't see typically portrayed in Dungeons and Dragons artwork and such. But I thought that was a nice, so I painted it white. It was just like a brown, that kind of puke, baby shit brown colour. And I painted it white, and it's look at that. Oh, fucking brilliant. Winner. Owlbear dinner. I had the bag of Dungeons and Dragons monster miniatures prepared for something else. Something I filmed, but I wasn't really happy with it as in watching it back. It was for a game. I devised a game, a Dungeons and Dragons game involving art and the creation of such, because I thought that would be a cool thing to do. Like I wanna play with Dungeons and Dragons toys, but also have art and make a video for the thing. And it was fun to play, but it wasn't necessarily fun to watch. So I think I think there's potential there, but it needs to be worked on in terms of its like narrative hook or something. Like it just needs just a little extra something just to sort of pull people in, so I'll work on that. But for now, it leaves me with a bag of a pre-prepared bag of Dungeons and Dragons monsters. And the whole point was to be able to draw a random monster from said bag of monsters. So I've at least managed to find a use for that. So I'm happy for that much, I guess. But the point of it all is just we're just playing around today. We're not necessarily just killing time, but we are kind of killing time because you're all very, very smart and sexy, but as the smartest, sexiest ones of you will no doubt realise of the today's episode number being 249, which of course makes the next one the big one. For those unaware, if there are any, like my friend who just for some reason hasn't watched every single episode of my 250 plus episodes, for some reason I can't quite specify why, because I just don't fucking know. I thought it would be a good idea to, for the 250th episode, great extravaganza, to record a 12-hour episode. I know. He's mad, they'll say. They'll call him a madman, and they'll have me banished, thrown into the streets. I'll have to grab my bindle and my fucking whatever else fucking tramps run around with, hop on a train to nowhere and play the banjo. I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea. I just thought it's, I've literally nothing to gain from it. There's no, not nothing, but, really nothing. And I'm under no obligation to do it. I'm not monetarily or contractually obliged. It's not like I'm being paid to do it, so I have to do it. It's not for charity. It's not... there's no reason I have to do it. I've just sort of set it as a goal for myself, and I made the mistake, I guess, of saying, hey, what if I did this? And enough people are now sort of on board that I feel like I have to do it. I do. I want to do it, and I've been looking forward to doing it, but as it looms ever closer, I do become a bit, daunted by the concept of having to record a goddamn 12-hour podcast episode. What else is there to say other than why? Why do this to yourself, Ewan? You needn't. You absolutely, positively needn't. But I'm going to do it anyway. and then people can watch for maybe an hour or so, and they'll go, yeah, I get it, I get the gist, you don't need to carry on. I have something which I think might act as, you know, what my previous mentioned thing was missing, that has maybe a hook, so there may be something to like, there may be a reason to watch more than just 1 hour or so. You know, whether or not that's successful remains to be seen. Now we get the bag again and fucking delve in and pull out another monster. This one. A Zorn. It's spelled with an X. I guess it's Zorn, but you know, how can you not pronounce it? Zorn. For an arm. See, that's what we're doing, yeah? I mean, it's pretty obvious. You get one monster, you draw a bit of it, get another monster, draw another bit of it. So we're going to take a Zorn arm, which is actually cool. They've got really sort of cool art. I draw arms sort of like that anyway, so that works. What do you reckon, right or left? I'm feeling this sort of like up here, hand, and then, yeah, that'll work. I might need to get more, bigger, more paper. And then it'll go like this, and then, or maybe even up more, like that, and then hand here like this. Yeah, I might need more paper. Let's make it even bigger and grander. Yeah. How should we, about there? Is that good? Is that going to work? Where's the little, I've got some little tape. Where's my little tape? Oh no, I can't find anything on this fuck of a desk. There's the little tape. So episode 250, I think, well, because owing to my like physical and technological limitations, I sadly won't be able to just sit and record the whole thing in one go, all 12 hours in one sitting. So I'll have to record a couple of hours. I think I can get 2 to 3 hours on my phone, and then take a break, take the files off my phone, delete them, let it charge for a bit, and then record the next lot. So I don't, like I say, I don't think I can record it all in one day. But I think over the course of, say, 24 hours. Oh, he's got like hooks on his elbow, not hooks, horns on his elbow. Put those in there. Yeah, I'll spread it out over the course of 24 hours and spend basically a full 24 hours just fucking recording and stop recording and charging, and then recording and stop recording and charging. The whole thing to get this goddamn 12-hour episode in. It'll be fun though, it'll be a lark. We'll all, you know, hang out, get involved. I think maybe in the future, if I do something like this, I could do like a live stream thing. Maybe I could like start doing it for charity and whatever. But this is just, we're just pissing about is all. That's all this 12-hour thing's going to be, is just pissing about for 12 goddamn hours. Why, Ewan? Why? Bloody why? There's no need. There's absolutely zero need to do a goddamn 12-hour podcast. What are you doing? It's all good. It's all fun. It's all games. And so that's why today we're piddling about, just having a little monster mash. Doing the monster, we're mashing monsters together. It's the monster mash. Maybe I'll use that in the thumbnail or something. Brilliant. Have you heard that song? They did the mash and then the monster mash. It was some mash. There was monsters mash. It was a mash. The monster mash and then some mash. Monsters. That's not how the song goes, but you get it. I don't know, I do actually know the words to the song, but I feel embarrassed. As if I haven't sung a bunch of shit songs anyway. Oh, Christ. Fucking shut up. Oh, let's take a look at Bloodrick issue 3. I know some of you have been missing the old art book theme tune. And I do know that because precisely 0 people have told me so. So I just went ahead and assumed, because that's what all the smart people do. You assume, because when you assume, you make a fucking asshole out of yourself. It was never my intention to pick up every issue of this, but it just so happens to have gone that way so far. Issue 3, it's a chunkier issue, so hopefully there's, well, not hopefully, but assumedly there's more going on. I liked the artwork in the first one. If you recall, I picked up the first issue of this, and I really liked the art. So I was like, oh, fuck, that looks quite cool. Big, muscly Viking type warrior man, Conan barbarian type guy. It's very much drawings, the artwork. It doesn't feel polished or anything. Look at that. Go on, get in. And then I happened to see the second issue, picked that up. And now I've happened to see the third issue, so fuck it up. And I'll look at that as well. Fuck. Of course, I like looking at this artwork, but then I dislike it because all I can think, well, not all, but a lot of what I can think of is, oh, I should have done that for Gun Viking. Oh, I should have done this for Gun Viking. Oh, I should have fucking done that for Gun Viking. Fuck. All these fucking good ideas I should have done for Gun Viking, but I didn't because I'm fucking silly. That's really cool. Pretty fucking gnarly, innit? Skeletons and deer skins and animal heads and shit. Bones and books and bones. He's breathing out some noxious smoke and shit. Oh, look at that. That's it's good storytelling. He's in wandering the lands, the snowy lands, out to this, I guess, temple type place. He lost blood, he lost his mind, he lost everything but his hunger. And he's walking up to the place, there's smoke coming out of the hole. He walks in and it's all shadowy, but there's a yellow glow of light, and he walks towards it and he goes, a gasp. And that's what he sees. And it's dum, 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 dum. And then we zoom out and we see the entirety of what he's seeing. Some weird fucking occult shit going on. Who are you? Oh, this weird fucking guy. What's he up to? What's he going up to? The weird priest man. I am Bloodrick, king of the woo. Oh, his helmet come off. And then a bunch of shit. That's really nice as well. Like the shit in the background. This shit in the background, but all like red, but slightly desaturated. Him in the foreground. That's nice. And it's like a cave. Obviously, the place is built into the rock of the mountain or whatever. So you've got the outer shell of the building, but then the actual part of it is all carved out into the rock of the mountain. That's good design, man. I don't want to say simple. It's a sort of idea that's like, it makes sense if there's a thing in the mountain that's carved into the mountain. But it's a good, in terms of like storytelling, comic book making. That's really, really fucking good. This comic, man. It's a good one. That's a good view as well, sort of looking down with the thing in the foreground. I love a good like montage page as well. Stuff going on, demons and occult shit. I was trying to think of the word here, but I can't. When you not a séance, ritual. That's it. Demonic rituals and things. Look at that. There was a word of the week that I couldn't remember, and then I suddenly remembered it. Spack. See, spack is a derogatory term used to describe certain people. Shpack is a sound effect for hitting a fucking thing and a thing. You are baptized in blood. You are cleansed to be killed. Ooh, but he grabs him. And his face. I like this, like, almost, not quite, but almost first-person camera sort of thing. Like a video game. Like fucking... Jesus Christ. Pulled his guts out. Fuck, that's... Tell me that's not fucking cool. God damn. I'll eat the fucking fire burst. Snap, pop, crack. He's pulling his throat out through his throat. His fucking esophagus. Ah! That face is cool, that face is cool. That whole stance is cool. Somewhat montage as well, with his face there and his neck being ripped out and his entire fucking... his lungs and heart being pulled out along with his stomach and intestines and shit via his esophagus through his neck. Ugh. That's brilliant. I can't get the page. Great angles, great drawings. Fucking bloody mess. Oh shit, it just gets harder and harder. Holy God. Tosses his guts to the side and just fucking wails on him. Oh, the thumb in the eye socket. A classic. I want to make a movie montage of like every time that's been used in like films and shows and stuff. It's in 28 days and 28 weeks later. In 28 days later, it was fucking brutal. And then they used it in 28 weeks later as well. And it was like, you know. You tell that joke twice sort of thing, isn't it? Pulls his fucking jaw off. His thumb in his eye socket. Grabs his jaw. Rips it off. And the goat's just chewing some grass like, oh, look at that. That guy that fucking brought us in here for all of his fucking spooky rituals and shit. And now he's getting torn to pieces. Literally. Fuck. I feel like there should be a bit more red here, but you know, it's all good. God, I fucking brutalised him. Jesus. What a fucking bunch of few pages. This is cool as well, where he's looking up at him, about to, you know, I don't know, chop his head off with a sword or something. And then he envisions him. What's the word I'm searching for now? Flayed. With his skin all torn off. And then basically does that. Tears the guy apart. That's fucking cool, man. Should have done that in Gun Viking, shouldn't I? Badass. Really, really fucking cool. It looks fun to draw as well. Like, none of it looks too laboured or like you'd have to really sit there for hours and hours doing all the little bits and pieces. And I love bits like that, which I have used in Gun Viking, where it's like action and fucking get you in the fuck, and then he's chilling. I don't know if he's cooked the animals or the guy. There's the guy's head there, but he's got himself some food and he's chilling. Meat for days. Maybe he does mean the guy. Tosses the book on the fire. Maybe it's the holy book. A nice detail of the idol in the background. I think I will actually have to read this because it does look quite cool. I'm actually intrigued by the story. A lot of comics I'm just like, no, it looks cool, but I don't really give a shit about the story. But this one, I am Bloodrick, king of the woods, king of all that I see. Nothing is beyond me. Oh shit. What is this, fucking Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim? Jesus. That's a really, really cool panel. You've got the dragon in flight overhead as you can see the shadow being cast on him as he's screaming, nothing is beyond me, as the dragon flies over and he's like, Oh, shit. But his arms out almost like the dragon's wings in the insert panel. That's fucking... That's smart, man. That's really good fucking shit. Good illustration, good storytelling. The goat chilling. The dragon fucking swoops around. Lands in the ground. That's a difficult one as well. I can draw a dragon, sure. You know, yeah, I can. I did. Look, I did a whole fucking Charizard. There you go. He's a fucking dragon. But then, like, to draw a dragon landing from having been in flight, it's not easy. And I mean, it's fairly sort of basic in terms of shape and stuff. It's nothing, no major crazy details or anything, but it's effective. Very effective. Sniff, sniff. And then he flies away. Ooh, did he see him as not a threat? Or did he see him as too much of a threat? Ooh, the dragon's leaving him the fuck alone. The end. Well, this is the only issue of budget you picked up. Well, you described all three. I'll say thank you for giving a big chance. It was an incredible experience. Oh, so that was it. There's only 3 issues. That's the whole thing. Well, then I've got all of the issues. I've not just got all of the issues. I've got all of the issues. That's kind of cool. Oh, awesome. Andrew Cranky. I might have to look up more of his stuff. Let me just throw him in the Googleator. Andrew it's mostly Bloodrick, but there's a few other items in here. Yeah, I'll leave that open. I might have a little butcher's. That's cool. We like that. We love a good... I hate the term OC because it conjures up thoughts of like teenage anime art, and you know, nothing wrong with that. It's fun to do while you're doing it, but there's that and like everyone else's hedgehog personas, Sonic Sonas or whatever, and My Little Pony OCs and that sort of thing. So I hate the term OC, but it's his original character, so it is his OC. But I like seeing that. I like seeing what do they call them? They call them creator owned, because this is his creator owned comic, his creator owned character, his COC. There you go. I like seeing that, where you've got a person who has made a comic, whatever it is, and then I like seeing just sketches of their character that they've done, if it's like a rough sketch or a preliminary sketch, those sorts of things. I like seeing that. Just like Gun Viking. Look, this is a whole fucking Gun Viking, and then at the back of the graphic novel I put in that was one of the old sketches that became Gun Viking, and then there's like a bunch of like just him and the character and some other shit. Oh, he's got his arms off. He's got guns for arms now. What's going on? All that. I really like these drawings of mine personally. You know, I try to make art that I like looking at. Otherwise, what's the point? So I should be able to look through my comic and go, wow, isn't this art bloody brilliant? Because I'm bloody brilliant. And this is bloody brilliant. I like it. I think it's good. It's good comic, good artwork, good story from what I've seen of it so far. And I only say that in terms of I've not read the fucking thing, but shit like this. Miss. That's funny. That's like my wind noise thing. Miss. Again, miss. Keeps missing. The sound effect is miss. Hit. That's quite cool stuff, man. He climbs to the top of a tree. He's obviously trying to catch the crow, but he can't because he's shit. Hit. Fucking punches the crow out of the sky. and then falls down through the branches of the tree. Ah, that's cool. So I guess it's like a little mini story. Yeah, like a little mini issue of him trying to hunt a crow. Oh, he's fishing, and then he misses the fish, and the crow is like laughing at him. So then he spends his time trying to catch the crow, because the crow's a fucking piece of shit laughing at him because he can't catch a fish. So he tries to catch the crow, but then can't. But then falls amongst the boulders. And then the crow's like, look at all these fish. And he chucks the boulder into the fish and into the water, and the fish fly out, and he catches them and he cooks them up, and then he's eating with the fish, with the crow. That's a nice story, that is. That's really fucking good. That's really fucking good, actually. I assume Andrew Kronk is the writer as well as the... I mean, it just says by Andrew Kronk, so yeah, I've got to imagine he's written it as well as drawn it. Really, really good story. Like, to have come up with that and put it into words/pictures. 2 thumbs up. Your arse. Speaking of comics, have you heard of this guy Death Fist? He's really, really good. I finished some new Death Fist pages. I thought I'd show them off. You might have seen them already. They are up on Patreon. Everyone go to patreon.com/Ewan and sign up for as little as $1 a month and get access to a whole bunch of shit. The podcasts a week in advance. I put all my Death Fist pages, I scan them in, put in the word bubbles and everything, and as you'd see them if they were printed, and there'll be a PDF of the entire book when I get that done, and that'll be up for free on the Patreon. Basically for free. It's daylight robbery. Anyway, I think it's some new pages. So this isn't the new ones, but it's got the story going into it. So he's got the kid with a knife, and he's going to fucking do him in. He's going to slice the kid's fucking stupid young child throat. And everyone's like, oh no, don't do that, that's really mean. And then Death Fist's like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And he's like, yeah, get fucked. And he's like, takes a moment, and then he falls over. Falls back. I like his feet in this one. He falls backwards into a inky pit in the ground, and then, as I showed the whole thing going through hell and all that shit, and then he pops back. He's like, oh, what the fuck happened? Where'd he go? Oh no, the kid's parents are crying. Wee wee wee. Oh boo. Oh, it cut your kid's throat. Oh boo. And this guy's like, oh shit, he's over here now. And then there was black inky hole opens up in your mum. And he comes out of the hole behind him this time. So he's behind him this time, and he pulls his fist back, and then thunk, smacks him back of the bonce. Ow. I slapped myself on the back of the head to do the thing, and he just scoffs into the ground, and his knife pings away. And that brings us to these latest finished pages. This one, these couple of pages I've reworked quite a lot. This one I kept this bit because this bit sort of worked for me. But then I fixed these two. In the first one I did, he looked like he was sort of running, but I really tried to make him look like he's leaping forward. So I put his arms like reaching forward as he's leaping for the body of Valentino, and he's on top of him. And it took me ages to work this out, because originally I had Valentino's head big in the foreground, and then his body like going away with his knee up in Death Fist's chest, sort of coming towards the camera, as it were. And I just wasn't happy with it. It looked a bit too abstract, especially because Valentino's head has got all these like matted dreadlocks on it or whatever. So from the back, that just looks like a mess of lines, and it's hard to tell what's going on. So I had to change it up. I did a whole bunch of sketches trying to figure out how to draw their fucking bodies like tussling on the ground. And I sort of half accidentally came up with this pose. But I really like it, this like through line of Valentino's body with this leg like bent over himself and up into Death Fist's chest. I was really happy with that, so I went with that. And yeah, I like the composition overall, and it's a slight weird angle. And there's this guy in the background. His shirt says "I are Ted." I fart Ted. And then he looks over and he sees his knife, and he's like, "Ah, get that fucking thing." And then he stabs Death Fist in the chest. Oh my god! I had to redo this top panel for a couple of reasons. Because, you know, I was going on and on about really liking the pose I'd drawn him in, which I did like, but again, a little bit too like abstract, and Death Fist isn't wholly visible, and I don't know what's going on. Also, here I drew him with the knife in his left hand, and in the original drawing, the knife was in his right hand, so I had to fucking sort that out. So I got it like he's sort of, the knife is on this side, so he's rolled over to grab it, and then he's sort of on his front, and he's shoved it up into Death Fist's chest. There's people recording shit on their phones, of course, always on their bloody phones. And then Death Fist has picked him up, got him in a headlock, and then there's dust coming out of him, and it says psh in the sound effect, and then it says pff here, and then they're both looking at the dust, and then they're both looking at each other. He's angry, he's worried, and then the fist comes up, and it goes pow, goomph, right in his nards, and it says pop and pop here, pop pop. He's popped his bollocks. With a nice fist up into them balls in the taint with his penis bulging out from the pressure. I like the face. I like how I've got his body accordioned, smushed together. And I think when it's printed, it will work out that those two will be a spread, which I think that works because you've got this action and then the tension, and then it sort of reads like this. You get the swoop up and then up into the goomph of the next page. So I'm happy with that. And then there's this page which I redid. I think I've got the first one. Or maybe I fucking haven't. I thought I did. Where'd it go? Oh, it's there. Which is, you know, it's sort of, it works kind of, but it's a bit, I think just because it's like front on, it's a bit meh, a bit boring. This is a little bit better. It's still kind of front on, but I like the pose, I like the action movement in his poncho, and he's readying for some mega punch. I think I mentioned, I saw somebody posted a picture of a little Asian girl playing Beyblades, and it was a photo of her as she like had just pulled the thing, and she was making this pose. And I saw that, and I thought, that's exactly the reference picture I need. So that's what I used as reference for this, because she was fucking going at it like crazy. And so that's that. Let me get some more Red Bull. Run out of caffeine pills, so we're on Red Bull for now. Did that arm. It's time for another one. Let's get the bag of monsters out. Delve in again. What we gonna find? Oh shit, son! It's a growl. I think this is another one of those like early design monsters. It's a brain with a bird's beak and tentacles. I don't fucking know. That'll work though for arms. It's fucking perfect. And they're grey too, so the grey will work with the grey fucking game. Just for the, there's a whole gaggle of fucking monsters. Droider, fucking a gnoll, a bugbear, a shambling mound, a fucking dwarf with flames for hair. 2 of those apparently. A dwarf skeleton, a bird thing, a lady dwarf, sexy, a cockatrice, all kinds of shit. But for now I think we're going to need another paper. Shit, using up all my paper. I'm actually running out of paper. I have to buy a shitload more. That's always fun, isn't it? Having to buy shit. I don't want to invest in myself as a creator and a business owner. That word makes me gag. The word business is just like, ugh, get fucked. I'm not a business. I'm not a businessman. I'm not a business owner. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in terms of business. I just draw shit. I draw shit, and if people buy it, cool. And if not, please buy it because I need to eat. I eat a lot of noodles anyway, but sometimes that's all I can eat because it's all I can fucking afford. Because everything's too expensive. Testicles. I meant to say tentacles, but I accidentally said testicles. Well, that's funny. It's not that funny. Spiky prong bits on the end. Tentacles. Suck my tentacles. Let's give him a few. I think three or four tentacles could work for this. I want to keep it visually appealing whilst also having some kind of action to it. Does that work? I think that works. If you can tell what the fuck's going on. We might need to do some of this. I need to do a bit of outline ahead of time. This top one down this way, up here, just so I don't get confused when I colour it all in grey, so I actually know where the fuck they're all going, where they're coming from, where they go, where they're coming from. Your mum's a fat hoe. See how I subverted that song that is sung by someone, and it's about a guy called Joe. But I also insulted your mum needlessly. Senseless violence against your mum. To get her back for the senseless violence she imposes on everybody by existing. Because she's horrible and ugly. That's so unnecessary. What's with all the mum jokes, you? And you're so mean to my mum. Just joking. Your mum's sexy, and I'm gonna have sex with your sexy mum. Mums are sexy. I like. Mums like me as well. When I was at church, the mums fucking loved me. They give me hugs, and like when I give hugs, I give a fucking hug. I give a bit of a squeeze. Like you hug, and then you just sort of like tense slightly. So you hug until you're sort of touching the other person, and then you just pull in ever so slightly. Just sort of tense your arms and just like squeeze, just a little bit, and you like open hands like on their like upper back and shoulder or whatever. Maybe a little bit lower on the other hand, just caressing the lower ribs and just sort of like squeeze just a little bit. And the mums would always be like. Not always. I didn't hug all the mums, but every now and again they'd be like, so in our church, the congregation, the people that attend the church, would give talks to the rest of the church. So every week there'd be a different person. If you were picked, they'd be like, hey, we'd love you to talk next week. Here's a subject we'd like you to talk about. Here's some scripture references you can use as a starting point in, 5-10 minutes, whatever. And so very often I'd be one of those people giving the talks, which was good because it sort of, got my public speaking skill leveled up pretty early on. So that's cool. I've put that to good use, haven't I? But then sometimes, you give a talk, and then the mums afterwards would be like, oh, Ewan, your talk was so lovely. Hey, give me a hug. And then I'd hug the mums. And the mums would be like, they'd be like, oh, you give such lovely hugs, Ewan. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, we could make such a nice husband and father one day, Ewan. Ooh, foolish people. Little did they know. I have to pee so bad right now. Let me I'll try and get these fucking things grayed in or out. And then I might have to take a pee break. I had too much Red Bull. Too much goddamn Red Bull. See, I don't have that issue when I'm fucking taking caffeine pills. Taking far too many caffeine pills. Because it's just caffeine pills with a little bit of fucking Dr. Pepper or whatever it is. And I'm good to go. But when I'm downing fucking can after can of Red Bull to get some kind of energy to fucking do something. Excuse me. Red Bull, red burps. Then it makes me have to pee a lot. I do like mums though. I've got a soft spot for mums. Not. I was about to say, not mine, obviously. I don't want it to be like, it's not an edible thing. It really isn't. But I love, I like MILFs. That's what I'm trying to say. I like MILFs. That's why I like drawing pregnant women so much. Pregnant people. Whatever. They're good. Maybe I'm talking to a few mums right now, Yeah, maybe I'm not. You don't know. I'll never tell. From a distance, though, I like mums, but I don't like kids. So I can only get so involved with mums before it becomes like, yeah, this can't go any further because I'm not being a stepdad. We're not. Very selfish of me, but fuck it. We all have things, our limits, things we're willing to do, things we're not willing to do, and as long as I make it clear at the outset, then they got nothing on me. They can't prove anything. Jesus, this took a turn, didn't it? I was going to talk about comics, but I'm going to wait till I get this done, and then I go pee, and then and then I'll talk about some comics and shit. Yeah. Hoo-wee! That was a lot of piss. We don't just pee in this house. We fucking piss. I've an empty bottle next to my desk on my little thing of drawers. I think if I have to go again, I'll just go in the bottle. Stay at my desk, keep the podcast going, and piss in a bottle. So where were we? Mums are sexy. I said it. Some of them, some of them. Comics. So I had an idea, a comic idea, not an idea for like another. Oh, he's got another idea for. Oh, what if it was a guy with a big fist and he was like the Grim Reaper and he like punched people into. Oh, what if it was fucking a cowboy and he had a bounty on his and he was a bounty hunter and then him and the bounty made friends but then he betrayed her. Oh no. What if it was a post-apocalyptic Simpsons Springfield? It's not exactly like that. The idea is more for how the comic is made as opposed to what the comic is. See, this idea could work for. I think when I first had this idea in my head, it was a Death Fist comic because that's the comic I happen to be working on at the moment. And I'm happy with how far I'm getting with that. I've got quite a lot of pages ticked off on my crossed off on my tick list, on my to-do list, on my checklist. So that's good. Could work with a Death Fist comic, as is sort of what I had in mind. But it could work with Gun Viking, could work with any other comic, really. So the idea is, it came about because I was thinking of getting people to do like pin-ups and stuff for Death Fist or whatever. And I thought, like, those are cool, but they're a bit like, meh. It's been done, isn't it? It's been done to death. In some cases, to Death Fist. But so I wanted, to be. I can't be doing the same shit as everyone else. It's not. I've got to do something better, something more. So I thought, like, what if I did a comic, but every page was drawn by a different artist, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I mean, Bart Kira did that. It's like it's not that new an idea. But, it's still a pretty sound idea. But then I took it one step further, which is what you should do with ideas. You have an idea and you go, okay, what's the next step you can go from there? How can I go even further? Was a comic, but every panel is drawn by a different artist. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I think that could be a really, really cool idea. So if it was, Death Fist, for instance, again, the comic itself is almost irrelevant. As long as everyone is willing to and wants to actually draw a panel for it. Like if it was my comic, if I get it all like roughed out, do all the thumbnail sketches, the layouts and whatever, and then to each artist that wants to be involved, give them a brief, like a little thumbnail and a brief outline of stuff that needs to be in there for like context and whatever, but then for the most part give them creative freedom, like basic layout, direction of movement, like it has to be going this way to feed into the next panel or whatever. But then yeah, like I say, give them basically creative freedom past that. And then I guess I thought literally just now, like it would make sense if they were all like square panels, or if they were all relatively similar dimensions, so that when the comic comes together they all fit together. I guess if I want something different, if I say to someone I want this to be like a panoramic panel, or you know, a long tall panel or whatever, then yeah, I can give them those outlines. But I think for the most part, you know, do whatever. I just thought that'd be a really fun idea, because I think, you know, in some cases people might only need to draw like a face or a character, and that could be quite cool. But then some people might need to or want to draw more action, and that'd be cool too. It'd be really cool to see. And then you're reading the comic, and there have been animations, like there's the Steamed Hams one, the Simpsons one, where it's every frame almost, or every second I think, is drawn by a different artist, animated by a different artist. That's a really fucking good video. You should look it up if you've not seen it. Steamed Hams, lots of artists. I don't know what the title is, but it's you'll be able to find it on YouTube or whatever. It's really, really funny. It helps obviously if you know the scene from The Simpsons, but whatever. Yeah, that, but as a comic with lots and lots of artists. So as you're reading the comic, this, and it could, some of them could be black and white, some of them could be full color. This panel is completely different from this one, but they all sort of feed into the next one, and I think that'd be really, really cool. That's an idea I'd like to do. You know, even if I just put together like a one-shot comic of Death Fist or Gun Viking or whatever. I did think actually I could do like a poll to see, you know, ask people online if they were going to draw a panel from a comic, for a comic, what would it rather be? Death Fist, Gun Viking, something else entirely, something completely made up, some existing IP, a fan comic of an existing hero or something. Like, what do they want to draw? And then sort of collate that information, put a comic together loosely, maybe do one or two panels myself, but then for the most part, just, yeah, get everyone else to do the work. The one issue you have to keep in mind for these sorts of things is I would of course want to pay everyone for their work. So this would have to be at a time where it's financially viable for me to do so, which is not right now. And I it's difficult to say when that might be, but if that's a possibility in the future, I think it would be a really fun project. Don't steal my idea! I'm copyrighting this. 2024, Ewan is the best Inc. Incorporated, established. Fuck your mother. I'm the best, and it's my idea, and you can't have it. Because I think that's an idea that actually has legs, so to speak. I think that could be really, really fun. Because I'd like to see that. That would be a comic I would absolutely like pick up and look at. I'd review it on the podcast if I knew it was not just a comic with a bunch of artists, but a comic which I know every panel is drawn by a separate artist, and I like the artists and their work. Like, who wouldn't want to fucking see that shit? That would be killer. It'd be really, really fun. It would be interesting to see what people do as well, what the artists do, like see if some artists just do a quick little thing, see if other artists do really, really fucking elaborate pieces, to see if they actually care or not. Yeah. That's about all I've got on that. That's kind of neat, isn't it? Owlbear Grelzorn. Algorn Zolgrol Brer. Brer Grol Zong Growl. Growl Grol Real Gron. I was going to do give him a lower body as well, but I'm not sure. Shall we have a look and see what fucking Oh, the spider body. I mean, that could work. That could work. I don't know. Man. The owlbear part could come down to taper down to about here. And then have a bit here. And then whatever. Is that called the abdomen or the fucking the anus of the spider or whatever in the back? And then fucking like spider legs all over the place. I don't know if I'll draw it right now. It'll take me a fucking day to draw all the goddamn legs and shit. For now, I say just look forward to next week, I guess. I think as of when this goes up, the following Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to sort of try to get the podcast together, because again, it's going to take ages to even like process a video and upload it. Could take a day or more to do that. So I've got to get it done way ahead of time just in case. And I know Instagram does allow 12-hour videos. I don't know if it will allow me to upload a 12-hour video. I don't know if there's any rules with regards to that. So I guess I'll have to see. But again, I've got to have the video up early enough that I can check for those sorts of things to have it ready for the Friday, hopefully. And we'll see how that goes. I think right now I'm going to pee into this, so stick around.